Hey everybody, it's Matt here. Today I want to talk about why it's so important to cultivate a relaxed, active finger position. So I see a lot of students will come to me, even advanced students, who don't understand how to have a hand position where you've got a nice hand arch without any broken joints, but you're relaxed here in the forearm. And so why this is so important is that especially when you're talking about quick passage work, the ability to stand in a relaxed but kind of controlled, powerful hand position is really crucial. So for example, here, if I'm doing a simple 5-finger pattern and I'm playing C, D, E, it's really common when people are going from the E or from the 3rd finger to the 4th finger that they'll end here with the 4th finger touching the key. They're not in an active position, and even worse, they might be in a bad alignment here where they haven't let their wrists travel over so that they're in good alignment with the 3rd finger. And then when they try to play the 4th finger, they feel that they're having to really push to really tense up or push in to do the work they need to get to the 4th finger. So instead of being here in an active hand position where they can gently rotate and have a lot of power going into that 4th finger, they're here in a weak hand position where they're simply not disposed to be able to rotate here. There's just not enough room because you're touching the key. There's not enough room for momentum into the 4th finger. So I hope that's a little motivation for you to practice these active hand positions. And if you haven't seen my other videos where I talk about these hand positions, I'll link to some below and you can take a look on the channel yourself. Now, a really good way to practice an active hand position is to simply sit at a table and you want to pick a finger, say your 3rd finger, and what you're going for here is a natural, relaxed curve. So not too clenched in like this. We don't want a tense hand, but we don't want completely flat fingers or broken joints anywhere. We want just a slight bit of curve on each joint, an outward curve, which means there's nothing breaking here. And then you can raise the fingers even just a couple millimeters, not so much that they're tense. It's very important they're not tense here, but just a couple millimeters raised. And here's the crucial point is you want to learn to control all of these small muscles being used, and especially to be able to keep this hand position without the forearm getting tense. Now, if you've never done this exercise, this next part's going to be super awkward for you. I mean, it's going to be hard enough just to find this, where nothing's broken and you're slightly raised. But then what you want to do is a very small wrist circle. So pretend you have a pencil point here and you're just drawing a circle in the air. If you've never done this, you're going to feel like you don't know which end is up and you can't control your small muscle groups. So you really want to be patient for yourself. I mean, first just try and gently lift here, not like this because that's going to tense you up, so not too high, and not like this either, but just a gentle active position right here. And then when you think you found that, very consciously see if you can do a wrist circle there. So you see I'm not clenched, I'm not working against myself and pushing against my muscles. I'm very relaxed in here. And then I can do this wrist circle. A lot of times when people try to do this, what they'll do is they'll say, okay, I'm relaxed, and then they'll do this. Well, that's not relaxed. That's actually clenched in here, and you're just kind of wiggling your arm. Or they won't have the coordination yet, so they'll try and move the wrong part. Like you'll move your elbow, you'll move your shoulder and your arm. But what you want to do instead is this is just all in a relaxed position here. And instead, just this gentle circle. And I'm not bearing down on the 3rd finger. It's really crucial. I'm not pushing. I'm just floating here. I'm gently touching. And once you feel like you've mastered that, you've got a lot of control, then you can go to the next finger. Try it on each finger. And you're just cultivating here. This is one of the most powerful hand positions because from here you can do anything. You can go down, you can go up, and you have momentum and rotation to play with from this position because your fingers are slightly raised. When you incorporate that into something like a 5-finger pattern, you'll find as you go from the 3rd finger to the 4th finger that it's very easy to add a rotation there and that you don't feel like your hand is clenched. But the first thing to do is just to practice this position. Now, one thing you'll notice is as a knuckle or a joint collapses here, if you pay attention, you'll notice that you immediately will tense up for support in the forearm. And that's why it's so important that you're able to find this kind of naturally, gently, very gently, naturally curved hand position, slightly raised, and then just a very gentle wrist circle from there. So that's something you can practice. I would start maybe with the third finger, and then you can work on the other fingers as well. This even works on the thumb, except on the thumb you're going to be touching right here on kind of that triangle portion, because it's 1, 2, 3 joints there. And then you can practice it at the piano. So I hope that's some motivation for you to practice finding a gentle, controlled, active hand position at the piano. If you enjoy this sort of stuff, I've linked to my free technique courses below, and you can check me out there, and I'll see you in the next video.